because I'm trying to identify the timbre, the flavor, the energy behind the rage that I'm experiencing from people that are triggered. Mm-hmm. Because I've triggered a few people in my lifetime.
Just a few.
But I see it as, and you'll excuse me for saying this, it's a feminine energy. It's an energy that comes at me that I read as hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. But instead of scorn, it's been betrayal. We've had centuries, thousands of years of patriarchy, mm-hmm. of patriarchal paradigm, mm-hmm. of male-dominated dynamics. Mm-hmm. Okay? Well, certainly men in that dynamic have been assertive, perhaps even aggressive in that sort of circumstance. And now we're talking thousands of years here. Yeah. Up until recently, women have allowed it. Okay?
I would say yes.
So now it seems to me as if we are trying to jump from mm-hmm. all of the anger that the feminine has built up within it because of all of the years, all of the instances of injustice. Mm-hmm. And if you are in a female body, you have to be able to, you have to resonate with that dynamic.
We know it well.
Okay, so there is that energy of that rage. And what was the betrayal? Donald Trump was elected president. And the feminine took it personally. Now, you have to also understand that Mr. Obama also took that dynamic away from the feminine. The first, Hillary was going to run mm-hmm. with against Obama. And she honestly thought she was going to win in that dynamic. Unfortunately, she didn't. And perhaps they promised her mm-hmm. something else, which was why perhaps she felt entitled and didn't maybe campaign as hard right. as she might have
right.
in those circumstances. I don't know. I can't say. I'm not privy to that level of information. But the rage, the levels of rage that are coming out of that dynamic seem to me as almost as if it's the energy of the feminine having been betrayed.
Well, we certainly understand. I think, well, I can't speak for men. I don't know if it is specifically a gender issue, but I would say that rings true for me as I have experienced it from other people, seen it on television, etc., that there is this automatic, in the case of Catherine, this woman who was her father's caretaker betrayed her, betrayed the whole family, betrayed all of them.
Absolutely right.
Which brings me back to, again, being able to tell the truth, at least to oneself, because that is also a starting point to ending the deception. Because as long as we keep deceiving, we're going to keep triggering each other around being betrayed and being lied to. And there's just volumes of emotional energy backing all of that up. How many, many thousands of years have we lived with unfair systems? Now, don't get me wrong. We have grown during that time. Look how far we have come in the last 100 years. Look how far we've come in the last 30 years. So it's not to say that the system didn't serve us in some way. But now let's create, this is the golden opportunity to begin to create new systems that work for everyone.
As long as we begin to realize that it took us a long time to get here, it's been a step-by-step journey. You can only be in the moment. You can only be in the moment. And so it is just as Adrienne said the phrase before, incremental journey. That's what this is, dear ones. This is an incremental journey. And to think that we're going to get an instant change, well, we're probably not. In the dynamics that exist in our world, it would be much better to basically say, let's take this step, and then let's take the next step, and then let's take the next step.